Students, those who says good evening, I am also saying good evening. Students, so today we will move to the further. What is our last class concept? Various forms of except block. Various forms of except blocks. Right, good. So here, various forms of except blocks here. Form number one, format number one, handling single exception at a time. Handling multiple exceptions at a time. This type of facility is called multi-exception handling block. We wrote except like this. Format number three, handling single except block with alias name, which can capture the error message occurred due to the type of exception in other products like Oracle, MySQL, etc. Next, format number four, single except block can handle all types of exceptions. This except block is called default except block, and it must be written always at the last, otherwise we get syntax error. And the final syntax of exception handling, I was already written it. This is what I was already explained in the class. And if you look at this places, we had a discussion about up to these blocks and there's various forms of these things done. And now this examples done for this part. And the total concept of these things will be linked with this part only. This part only we are going to use it. Today I am entering into another discussion, development of programmer defined exceptions I'm going to discuss. So these kind of things are very, very important. Already students, I already made types of exceptions in the class. When you look at types of exceptions in Python are of two types. One is the predefined or built-in exceptions. Second one is programmer or user or custom defined exceptions. Predefined exceptions you see. Predefined exceptions are those which are already developed in Python language developers and available in Python software. They are used by Python language programmers for dealing with universal problems. And these are types of exception names: invalid index, index error, and invalid conversions value error, invalid number arguments type error, passing invalid keys key error, division by zero problems, zero division error. Like that, we discussed it. These are already developed, it no issue, no problem also. But the problem is with this only, programmer defined exceptions, but we have to develop it. So programmer defined exceptions or custom defined exceptions are those which are developed by you people, that is the Python programmers, and available in Python software or Python project, and they are used by other team members of the same project, and they are always deals with common problems occurring in the project. Some of the common problems are, you see, these are the problems I said in the class already. Any invalid input is entering, that is called as exception. That exception require an object creation. That object require exception class. That exception class is present in Python software, which is called predefined. If it is not there, you have to develop your own exception. That is the point actually. So these points I will carry. So here we are dealing with programmer defined exceptions, development of programmer defined exceptions here. What do you mean by programmer defined exception? Again, I carry forwarded because we are going to deal with what steps here, steps. So programmer defined exceptions are these developed by Python programmers available in Python project. So what project we are developing, they are available there. And those things are used by other team members of the same project. They deals with common problems, like some of the problems which I already mentioned it. Again, I carry forward it. Attempting to enter invalid username and password. For this kind of invalid input, entering wrong username, wrong password is called a compulsory what? What kind of things it is? Invalid input. This is known as what? Invalid input. Such a type of invalid input, when it is occurring, It is treated as an exception only. That exception need what? Object. That exception need an object. That object require what? Exception class. That exception class is not there in which software? Python software. That's why we need to develop it. That's why they named as what? Programmer defined exceptions. How to develop them? That is what I'm going to entering. So in general, if any invalid input is occurring, if any invalid input is entered by the end user, that will be considered as an exception. That to create an object, that object require an exception class. If it is not there in the Python software, programmer has to develop that exception. We call it as what? Programmer defined exceptions we can call. So how to develop it? Now I want to tell you the steps. Are you getting? So when you are any kind of wrong input, once again I am going to give the clarity. Any wrong input is occurring, which is called an exception. Any wrong exception, any exception which is an object, that object need what? Exception class. That exception class is not there in Python software. You need to develop that exception class. That's why it is named as what? Programmer defined or user defined. To develop, now I'm continuing. To develop, I'm going to write to develop programmer or user defined exceptions. To develop programmer or user defined exceptions, we follow, we use the following steps. We use the following steps. What are those? Now I'm going to give you the step number 1, step number 2, step number 3. Actually, 2 steps only. The 2 steps I'm going to explain. The third step is simple. So what is the first step, second step, third step? I just want to go for it. So let us start understanding about what are the steps for development of programmer defined exception. Very important. And we are going to start the complete coding. So once this complete coding is done, you will be getting more clarity about this. So first step I'm going. Before the first step, I'll go to one small diagram I want to explain. One diagram I want to explain. Try to see this diagram carefully. Here I'm going to take care students. Here I'm going to write it. One small, that name I will write it. What is that? This is going to be supposed to remember. Exception handling hierarchy chart. Exception handling hierarchy chart. Hierarchy chart we can call. The exception handling hierarchy chart will make you to understand what from here you are going to get it. Let's start here. What is this exception handling hierarchy chart will make you to understand. This is a simple diagram I am going to write it. Here, students, I'm going to write it something here. Something I'm going to write it. Try to carefully follow. There I'm going to write it as a part of that. What I will write inside the box, you hold on. Now I'm going to write it. See, students, what are the exceptions you know? You just tell me. What are all the exceptions you know? You just tell me. Number 1, zero division error. I'll start and you also continue. If you don't continue, I will continue my class. If you know, you tell me. Otherwise, you listen it. So next is called what? Index error. Those who knows, you speak. Those who don't know, close everything and then listen. Type error. Type error. Next I'm going to take up. Come on. Hmm? Value error. Value error. Next is called what? Key error. Key error. Next is called what? Come on. Attribute error. Attribute error. So attribute error. So attribute error. Next, syntax error is a wrong answer. Syntax errors will be coming only in the case of compilation time. Runtime errors means during the program execution, that is called runtime error. That's why when we come to the class, we have to read the notes. Listening songs, keeping these earphones, all these things is not correct. I'm observing from there. That is why memory loss will come. Syntax error, all those things. I'm observing from there. Even I can observe from my cabin also. There is a CC camera is also there on the top of every head. So even if you look at it, it is not visible to you. When we keep like that, it is not visible. But don't think that whatever you are doing, we don't look into. We will look into that. Okay. So what is you are sitting? You are in sitting position also there in my laptop. I'll look at my cabin itself. What you are doing in my class, I will look into that. So is looking where is that cab? It is available inside the different places. Okay. So that indicates we should be sincere in all the moments. That is the point. Okay. Start. Anyhow. Come on. Come on. Name error is also not a error. It is also compiler will catch that variable not found. That is going to be looked into what error? Syntax error. Variable not found. That is PVM generated errors are called runtime errors. Python compiler will find what syntax errors, name error, indentation error. Three errors will not comes under what? Runtime errors. So number one, syntax error. Number two, indentation error. Indentation is also one syntax. Next is what? Name error. These are not exceptions. They are called what? Syntax related mistakes. Next what? Next what? Module not found error. Module not found error. Next is called what? What is the next? Unbound local error. Unbound local error. Do you know this? Unbound local error. Next. What is the next? Anything else? Anything else? Indentation error. Again, that person is saying indentation error. Just now I said that chunchu, chunchu, daya. So, daya, my dear student, indentation error is not an error. And how I wrote it, every error I wrote Z capital, D capital, E capital. If you write in your own way, that is not correct. So far, you know up to this error, key error, all those things you mentioned it. Next, further, I'm going to further topics are going to come. File not found error, file not found error. Next is called what you know, IO error, IO error. Next, one more I will write it, no space is there, EOF error. Next is called OS error. These are all called what you know, types of errors, etc. I am writing. These are all called types of errors. These are all. In further, I'm going to tell you so many also. All these things are called what? All these things are called what? Exception classes. These are all called exception related classes. Is this classes you defined? Already defined? Already defined. These are called what? Predefined. Predefined. These are all called predefined. What classes? Exception classes. Exception classes. These are all called. Exception classes. These are all called. Do you know, students? All these classes are derived from this is one of the most important word because in today's class some small concept of oops related words are coming here. Oops related words. Actually, you don't know oops, but still we are going to get it. So coming to the point of it, these kind of classes derived from one of the class. What is that? Exception. Exception itself is a class name, or you can take from base exception also you can take it. Base exception also you can take it. Base exception also you can take it. Exception or what? Base exception also you can take it. And as on today, there is no difference between exception and base exception. From any one of the thing you can take it. And these are all the classes derived from where? Exception or base exception. Let me use the word called derived. So this word is actually getting from the oops related terminology. There I'm going to use this word is coming from the Whoops principle called what? Inheritance. Let me talk about 1 or 2 minutes about inheritance. Later, when I come to class, I have a separate discussion about inheritance. In our regular sessions, when you go to Whoops, there I'm taking the concept called inheritance. Separate folder is there. A big discussion will be there about that. The notes also you see, so much of discussion will be there. Around 4 to 4.5 hours, 5 hours discussion will be there about inheritance. But today I'm talking about in a simplest format, I will speak about it. In a easy format, I will speak about it so that you will understand very easily. You will understand very easily. Try to understand that part here. What is that? Now I'm writing here. See, students, here I'm getting, this is simplest point I am writing it. Try to get it carefully here. This is called something, some diagram I am writing. You also try to think about it. Some small diagram I am writing it. You also think about it. Here I am writing something like this. Here, this is called your parent. Your parent. I'm taking parent. And then parent and child. Parent and then child. Take care. And this parent and child is is like this, a diagrammatic format I said. So here parent is called what here? One class. All types of parents are coming from where? Types of mobiles, types of cars, they are all called what? Objects. Beginning days. Types of cars, types of mobiles are what? Objects. Here all types of parents are what? Objects. Of which class? General knowledge. All children are called what? Objects. Some children don't read. Some children will chat. Some children will watch mobiles only. Some children will read the notes. Some children will not practice. Like that. Different type of children are there. All children are called what? Objects. So here, every child is getting properties from where? Parent. This representation, life level representation, is an example of what? Inheritance. Every child is getting the properties from where? Parent. So coming to this, the parent is called what here? Class. And the child is called what? Class. This parent class is called a super class. This sub child is called what? Subclass. This parent is called what? Parent class, and this is called child class. This is also called as a base class. This is called as what? Derived class. So three different terminologies I am giving. Parent is called what here? Superclass. And child is called what? Subclass. So finally, I'm going to give a conclusion that this is comes under what I'm just indicating that this is known as what super or what? Base class. I'm going to write it super or base class we can call. This is called super or what? Base class. Super or base class. Similarly, I will take care about this place also. Here also I'm writing what the next class is called? Subclass. It is subclass, also called as what derived class we can call. Derived class we can call. Subclass or what? Derived class we can call. How do you write the code? One more example you take it. How do you take one more example? You take it. Here I am going to write it. This is one more kind of class. Teacher class and then student class. And then student class. What did you understand about the teacher and student here also? Same to same. Here I am writing teacher and next is called what student. Student. What is happening here? Every teacher is having a student. That student is called which class? Subclass. Teacher is called what? Superclass. How do you write the code in Whoops? Skeleton code only you remember. That is more than enough at this stage. Now I'm writing the code for this. So to define function in Python, we will use which keyword? Come on. D. To define lambda function, which keyword we will use? Lambda. Lambda. Lambda we use. And to define a class, we will use a keyword called class. And don't worry about class. See, I'm having class. See, about oops. I will explain in detail once again. So oops, if we go, classes, if we go, see how many examples here. And if we come to this syntax of class, you see, it is so big syntax it is. Today you remember only these two. Today you remember only that two. Rest of them I will take care. Rest of them I will take care. Dheeraj, good. Parent, super, base class. Child, sub, derived class. Dheeraj, good. Now coming to the point back, one more I am going to continue. How do you write the code for it? How do you write the code for it? How do I write the code here? Now I am writing the coding. For this parent, I will write it. How do I write the keyword? Class. What is the name of the class? Parent. Don't worry about it. Pass. Do you know pass? What is the pass? Pass. What is the pass? Pass. Pass is pass. Pass is a keyword which instructs the PVM and Python compiler not to consider the indentation block. Bypass the indentation block. That is called what here? Come on, fast. Keyword called pass. Very important. Now, how do you write the child here? I'll write class. What I'll write? Child. Child. If I write child like this, it is a separate class. There is no relation at all. Child is a separate class. Parent is a separate class. Instead of that, I will do it. Instead of writing that pass and all, in the tuple bracket, you will write what? Parent, you will write it. Parent, you will write it. That indicates that you say just pass now. No problem at all. No problem at all. You write like this. You write like this. This indicates what, student? All the values of what? Parent. Coming to where? Child. It is the code for what? Inheritance. It is the code for inheritance. How do you write the teacher now? Tell me teacher code. How do you write it? Class teacher. Class teacher. I say pass. I say pass. Next I will take up what now? I'll take pass. So here I am taking class pass. Next I am writing what now? Class student. I will write here. Here only I will write it. Here only I will write it. Class student. Class student of what? Teacher. Teacher. And I'll say pass here. This is the what I'm trying to write it. This is what I'm trying to write it. So whether you take it as next line or whatever it is, you try to take seriously like this. What is this entire thing is known as? Come on, inheritance. So teacher data is coming to where? Student. Similarly, base exception or exception is known as what you know? Predefined, predefined, predefined. Superclass, predefined superclass for all the exceptions. For all the exceptions. For all the exceptions, predefined superclass for all the exceptions in Python. Predefined superclass for all the exceptions in Python. I hope you are following me, students. So here I am going to utilize predefined superclass for all the exceptions in predefined superclass for all the exceptions in Python. So from that superclass, all these things are known as what? Predefined exception subclasses we can call. Predefined. Come on, what is this now? Exception subclasses. How they defined it? How index error is defined? Can you answer my question? How index error was defined it? Can you tell me now? How the index error code was defined? Can you tell me now? Come on. They defined. Come on. Class. What they defined? Index error of what? Exception. Exception. This is the code they have written it. Class exception, index error, and they designed what? Exception. And say colon what? Pass. If I want to develop my any kind of class, you take it. Any kind of class you take it. It is a subclass of what? Exception. Every child is a subclass of what? Parent. Like that, every kind of class is a subclass of what? Right. Like that. Like that. If you want to develop your own exception also, go to the place. I want to go for what? What is this? Attempting to enter invalid username and password. Do you have any exception in Python software? No. I want to develop my own exception so that I have to go for learning what? Programmer defined exception. That time what you will do? Come on, if you are ready to answer, come on, how do you develop your own exception then? Choose the class name. Choose the class name. What is the class name? Pin error. Pin error or login error. Login error. Login error. I will explain all these things. Login error. Login error is what? Class name. Any exception is a class name only. Login error. Login error is a normal class now, but I have to make it as what class? Exception class. What is the use of exception class? It abnormally terminates the program. So I will write what in the bracket? Exception. So that all the facilities of Python, all the facilities of exception related things will be coming to where? Login class. Not only that, you want to define one more. Come on, what is the next? Pin error, I will say. Pin error. Pin error. Pin error you entered. What is this now? Again, I will write it. Here I will write it. Exception. I will write it. Like that, I am writing many more kind of classes. Many more kind of classes I will write it. Each kind of class is going to contain what? Exception. Now, login error, pin error, or comes under what? Login error, pin error, or comes under what? Programmer defined exception subclasses, predefined exception subclasses, programmer defined exception subclasses. All the facilities of exceptions are coming to your own class. Why I am extending this? Why I am inheriting from exception? Because already exception is containing what? Facility to abnormal termination. Such a facility is inherited to where? Login error. Are you following? So suppose your parent is a teacher and you want to become a teacher. So parent properties will come to you or not? Parent is some businessman. Child also will become businessman. Like that, that properties are inheriting. So the inbuilt properties of parent will come to the child. Something like that. Online students, are you able to understand now? Is it is understandable, students? Is this discussion? Come on, what is the first step? Number one step is what? Choose the class name. Number two, inherited from where? Getting from where? Exception or from where? Base exception. That's all. Two steps only. What is the first step here I am writing? Come on. Choose. Choose the programmer defined class. Choose the programmer defined class. Choose the programmer defined class name. Programmer defined class name. Yes, I am taking it. Which class I took it here? Login error, pin error. These are all called my class names. Because without explaining that, I cannot move forward. Next, what is happening? The programmer defined class name. The programmer defined class name must inherit from where? The programmer defined class name must inherit from where? Must inherit from exception or what? Base exception. Base exception. What for we are taking? Must inherit from exception or base exception for inheriting the features of exception handling. Features of what? Exception handling. For inheriting the features of what? Exception handling. What is the exception handling features? To make it the robust for abnormal termination when something is entering wrong. Hence, here I am writing. Hence, the programmer defined class is called what class? Programmer defined class is called which class? Programmer defined class is called what class? Huh? Programmer defined class is called huh? Grade class. Programmer defined class is called grade class is okay. What is that? Here I wrote it. predefined exception subclass. What is this class is called? Programmer defined exception subclass. Derived class is okay, but what is that? Is it a normal class? No, it is called programmer defined exception subclass. Programmer defined exception subclass. Exception subclass. That is the wording. That is the wording. So next, that is only two steps. That entire development. Save the step number one and the step number two. Save the step number one and step number two on some file name, on some file name with an extension, dot py, dot py. That acts as what? That acts as what? Module name. So that other people can access that. Other people can reuse in the project level. So that acts as a module name. So these are the steps. Example is what? Come on. Example. What is an example? Take the problem. Attempting to enter invalid username and password. What is the class name for that? How do you develop it? Class. What error? What error? A login error. How to use it, I will tell you. Don't worry. First, you try to develop it. Next is called what? Another example. Another example, I will take it. What is the next one? Attempting to enter invalid PIN in ATMs. You will get very good clarity. Provided first you try to understand basic part. What is this now? PIN error. PIN error. Of what year? Exception. And I say what? Pass. Like that, you are supposed to go for these many number of things. So, this is attempting to enter invalid PIN in ATM applications. Here login error, here login error, here I am writing, here login error. Next is called what? Come on, PIN error or called, etc. or called. Just now I written now. Programmer defined exception subclasses. Programmer defined exception subclasses. Now I'm going to start the examples. So this is steps I said, concept I said. When I go to the example, you will understand, no doubt in that. Open the notes. Students in online, I will explain this part once again through an example. Open the notes. Develop a programmer defined exception. Develop a programmer defined exception. Develop a programmer defined exception. Develop a programmer defined exception which works like which works like which works like zero division error, which works like zero division error, which works like zero division error. Zero division error is which exception? Predefined. See the diagram. Predefined. This also, this diagram also I am going to upload. This diagram also I will upload. Try to. This diagram also I will try to upload. Here, zero division error is called actually what? Predefined exception. Correct? So I want to develop one class which works like what? Zero division error. So I want to go for it. How do you develop that? That I'm going to tackle. That is a question. It is one of the important question. One more you write it. R. Write a Python program. Write a Python program. Write a Python program which will handle, which will handle, which will handle, which will handle zero division problems. Zero division problems. Zero division problems. Which will handle zero division problems. So here, carefully try to follow. Here, go to the Python errors. Carefully observe one sensitive point here. So I'm trying to use which keyword here. Along with that, I'm trying to introduce raise keyword also. What I'm going to say? Raise. Raise keyword also I'm going to talk about it. Raise keyword. So try to understand what is this raise keyword here. Try to understand what is the raise keyword here. Very, very easy. Here I'm going to take up. Carefully follow. Go to the Python environment once for a moment. Here, run as an administrator. You try to follow. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 2, A by B. What will happen? What is an answer? 5. That means when PVM is going to evaluate, what PVM will check first? Denominator will be checked. What the denominator checks? If the denominator is 0, it will automatically internally uses raise keyword. When denominator is 0, automatically internally PVM uses raise keyword for raising which exception? 0 division error. But this B is not 0 now, so that it gives result. Valid input, valid output. Invalid input, exception will raise. You are answering my questions? Everything cool. If you don't answer, raise angry. Obvious. When you are reading the notes, good. Listening songs, something going wrong. Actually, parents has to call daily one time to the teacher so that I will tell about each and every student. Even morning one student said, sir, every week once call to parents. Morning, Sanjana, she is the data analytics student. Analytics student. And his brother, our brother was my student in 8 years back. 8 years back, he's my Java student. And today, three people spoke to me. Sanjana is a data analytics student. She is doing masters in US and she is in third semester, it seems. And her father is a mechanical engineer and his son is my Java student. All three are listening my class, it seems. I don't know. And Sanjana is a student. She asked a doubt. Sir, I'm doing data analytics. Up to what I have to learn, Python or with data science? I suggested Python with data science. And she said, sir, my dad want to speak to you. So, okay, let it be. There is also new trend. So I said, he spoke to me. Sir, I listened to your class. Um, really, I don't listen 10 minutes more than above any class, but following, following, sir. Even though I'm mechanical, he's having 30 years experience in mechanical field, it seems. And my son was your student in 8 years back, and she's my daughter again attending your class. And all three are listening, and good. And I said, "Mm, for every week once you speak to me, sir, I said. To him, I said, why? He asked why. To express the progress report of your daughter, I said. Yes, sir, I will speak definitely. Good advice, he said. And immediately, sir, my son want to speak. I gave his son. He is working in TCS as a project manager. He is saying in Java is working. Sir, I want to shift to my field. I'm not happy the package what I am getting. Python people are getting more package than me. Sir, I want to shift it, he saying. I said, first of all, you work there only. People are not having jobs outside. No, sir, I want to resign. I want to learn Python, he saying. Now, first you be there only. While doing the job, you refresh by yourself, you can get it. So, one class listened by three people, three family members. So, he's saying, sir, he's saying his old memories again. So, it's good. So, one day, you Day by day you come. I'll talk to your parents. Live call, I will talk. Live call. You are one side, I am one side and talking. I will tell about each and every student. I'll tell very silent student, not talking anything about one student. Talking, coming to the class, but doing what? Listening songs also, sir. Also, I will tell. And whatever is there, I will tell them reality. Tomorrow onwards, you will go to online, correct? You will go to online. Don't do that. So I don't talk to your parents unless until you give permission. So if I tell about you, why problems? You change by yourself. Anyhow, come. A is equal to 10. A is equal to 10. Come on fast. A is equal to 10. B is equal to what? 0. A by B you say. What will happen? PVM will check the value B. B is 0, non-zero. 0. 0 means immediately will it able to evaluate? No. Invalid input. Invalid input is known as what? Exception. Exception means what? Object need what? Exception class. What is an exception class for this? Zero division error. That type of exception raised automatically when B is 0. It uses which keyword first? Raise. What is the exception name? Zero division error. This code was already defined in the Python environment. That means any wrong input is entered. Automatically PVM uses which keyword? Raise keyword. So exception birth starts from which keyword? Raise. When it is raising, who will handle it? Try and accept block. Try and if exception is there, accept block. Later it will go to where? Finally block. Exception is not coming. What will happen? Complete try will execute, else will execute. So what is the order of the keywords? Raise, try, accept, else, finally. That is an order. But am I using raise here? No. Internally, automatically it is using raise division error. So internally uses what? Raise keyword is used. Implicitly raise keyword is used for which exceptions? Predefined. But for programmer defined, we need to use explicitly. How to develop that I am going to. So for today, like a zero division error, I already written a code. Which code I was written? Last class I was having. I'll just open it. 4 p.m. Exceptions here. Here I am taking div2.py, div2.py. Here I wrote zero division error. Today I will write it what? Just zero error I will write it. Zero error. Zero error is here I want to write zero error. Zero error is not a predefined. It is my own exception. So I need to go for it or not? Online students, are you able to follow this now? Are you able to follow this concept now? I'm going to close it. Now I'm going to start this coding. So let's watch this example. Let's start. So first, what should I develop it? Come on. Class need to develop or not? To raise an exception, what is required? Exception is required. But I am going to take it. Class, what is this? Zero error of what? Exception. Exception is there what? Exception is a class name or not? Now I am asking one beautiful question. 90% you cannot answer it, but 10% I can't say. You may answer. So, because some good students are there in the class, all are good only. Subject wise I am talking about. Every class of Python belongs to dash. Hmm? Every class of Python belongs to what? Online students, offline students, anybody? Very good. Anup Kumar Mohanty, module. My sir said already, a module is a collection of global variables, function names, class names. Class name. Every class name belongs to what? But here I did not write any module. NumPy.end array. NumPy is a module, end array is a class. But here I did not write any class module name I did not write. Which module by default belongs to? Built-ins. Built-ins, built-ins. Out of many modules in Python, one of the module is by default imported. That is called built-ins. So this class belongs to where? built-ins module. So this class, that's all. I'm going to give you the name called what? Name called what I'm giving here. So here I'm writing some name. What is that now? Something like math EXCEPT or DIV, division kind of DIV or something like division only example na DIV EXCEPT dot py. What is this is now? File name and what? Module name. File name and module name. Division related exception dot py. In real time, what are all the exceptions are there? I will define under one file name that you save it. That you save it. Very, very easiest example I'm talking. This I will put it under one case. Now I'm writing case one. Case one. Under case one, I will save this code. What is this now? div except dot py. Clear? My exception class is ready. Next, what I will do? This is known as what here? This is what I am going to call it as phase number one. This I am going to call it as what? Phase one. Phase one. Phase one is known as what here? What is the phase one? Development of what is this now? Programmer defined exceptions. Programmer defined exception class. Development of programmer defined exception class. Zero error. Done? Well, now I'm going to introduce other kind of thing. Now I will take it one more students. What is the next one I'm taking? Look at. I will take it. Next one, div operation I'm going to talk. div operation dot py. div operation. div operation dot py. What is this is also called as file name, and next is called what here? Module name. div file name and what? Module name. Tell me now. def divop divop of a comma b pass. What is this divab pass? This is called one function I am developing. I will go for one example. What is the next one I am taking here? Another one you take it. div demo on turn. div demo. div operation demo. div operation demo. What I will do there? A is equal to 10, B is equal to 0. I will call it as div op of A comma B. What is this is called a function call of which one? Function call of which one? div operation. What is the AB value? What is the AB value? 10 and 0. 10 and 0. And pass you remove and you need to write the logic. If we write C is equal to A by B, PVM automatically raise which exception? Zero division error. But today I want to raise which exception? My own exception. What is my exception? So what you will do, student? What you will do, student? Here I will write my code. What is the code? If B double equal to what? 0. B double equal to 0. If denominator is 0, make the PVM to raise your own exception. How do you raise it? Raise, what is it? Zero error. What is zero error? Programmer defined exception class, which is present in which module that you import. How do you do that? How do you do that? From zero exception from that module, import what? Which error? Zero error. Zero error is not a predefined, programmer defined. If denominator is 0, raise your own error. Else, I am going to write it. Else. Suppose if my value is called what 2, 10 comma 2, it is coming 10 comma 2. 2 is equal to 0. False coming to this place. What you will do? Return the result. Return what? A by B, 10 by 2, 5 is returning. So if invalid input, raise the error. If valid input, raise the result. If you read well, job will come. If you not read well, unemployment will come. Unemployment is called what? Exception. అంతే కదా. If you are not doing good, exception will come. If you do good, result will come. It's a universal fact. You know that the more you do hard work during student time, that result will definitely will come. If you don't do hard work, that result definitely one day will come. That result you cannot revert. You cannot get it back. That's why human life is not a program. Program you, one day or the other day you can change. But your life cannot be changed. So 6/6/2024 will not come again. Will it come again? Huh? So you have to go for doing every day seriously. You have to do justification to the day. You have to question what I did do good work today. How many concepts I remember today? How many programs I did today? Like that, you have to question it. Are you questioning every day by yourself? Daily you question it. Am I doing good today? You ask by yourself. Are you questioning? Today onwards, you start doing that. At least next day onwards, you will do good. Okay, students, come on. Here, this is the result. Are you following me? What is this raise? Is a keyword. So here, what here raise keyword? Raise keyword is hitting or what? Raising, raising exception, raising the exception. Which exception is raising? Programmer defined exception. Programmer defined exception. This word is called what? Hit. To hit the exception, you need to say what? Raise. Simple. At 6 o'clock when I leave you, in your stomach, raise. Snack error, snacks error. A raise, jalebi error. A raise, samosa error. You'll eat or not? Compulsory. Or raise, thumbs up error. Something will raise. You feel hungry. Correct or not? After that, anytime raise, study error raised, that exception will not raise anytime. So students, coming to the point of it, what is the compulsory question? What is the use of raise? Raise is a keyword which is used to hit or raise exception explicitly for predefined programmer defined exception. Raise keyword will be used inside the function body. That too it will execute when certain condition is satisfied. Then only raise will be done. Otherwise, other block of statements will execute. Are you following me? Raise keyword purpose, raise keyword placement. When the exception is raising, the other program which you are going to call the function should handle within where? Try and except block. So this function is having like this. So this is comes under, what is this now? Phase 2. What is the phase 2? What is the phase 2? Defining the function, defining the function, defining the function with what logic? Business logic, business logic, and hitting the exception, hitting the exception, hitting the exception. While I am withdrawing the money, if PIN is wrong, raise PIN error, else give the money. Correct or not? While I am going to do withdraw operation function I am calling, it will ask PIN number. If the PIN is wrong, raise PIN error, else give the money. I'll tell you all the examples. This is called phase 2. What is the phase 1? What is the phase 1 students? Development of programmer defined exception. Second one is called what? Hitting of the exception. While I am defining business logic, compulsory hitting of exception to be done. That exception was already developed or not? Yes. Save this code. Save this code. In the same case one only. Done. So, two things. One is called what? Development. Number two called hitting. Next number three. What is the number three? What is the number three? Handling. Handling. Come on, get. Here I am writing int of input of enter, enter value of A. Enter value of A. Now I will write it. Enter value of B. Enter value of B. There I am writing divop A comma B. divop A comma B. What is this divop A comma B? Function. That is a function call. This is a function call. This is a function call. I'm going to take up. Here I'm writing function call. Div op of a comma b. It is a function call. This function call, this function call is doing what? It will go to this place. Either exception will come or answer will come. So gives either gives. Come on. What it gives? Either result or what? Exception. If it is giving result, you hold it into RES. If it is giving exception, you handle it. What is this now? Try. Try. Come on, what you will do? Except. Which exception is raising? Which exception is raising? Yes, zero division error. You handle it. See, students, how simple it is. Say what now? Don't enter. Don't enter. I am writing here. Don't enter 0 for denominator. Don't enter 0 for denominator. That's all. And else I will write it. What is the else part? Print of what? What is that now? Div of a value, comma. Next I will write a value slash b value is equal to like this dot format of a comma b comma res. That's all. And if you want to finally block, is it necessary to write finally block? No, no need. But I'm writing because all the keywords are there in my program. I am from which block? Finally block. Simple, simple students. Execute. Since I am using zero error, I am calling divop. Is it necessary to import my modules or not? Yes, I am importing from here. I am importing from here. And next is called what? From where next? Div operation. It is a module name. It is a module name. I say, what is this now? Import. What is this now? DIVOP. DIVOP. Div operation. Import DIVOP. Try to run this code. It is known as what? Main program. I am integrating everything. So div operation demo.p1. So save it. Go to the place. Now I'm going to run my example. Go to the command prompt. Go to the command prompt. Here I'm going to take up very, very easy. See students, online students, I hope you are following. Are you following students? These three parts. What is that? Hitting, developing the exception, hitting the exception, handling the exception. Simple. You want to eat mango. Mango require to eat mango, three things required. One is what? Mango cultivation, mango selling, mango consuming. Mango consuming. If you want to consume the mango, you have to buy from market or not. In order to buy from market from mango, you have to have mango trees or not. Cultivation is required. This is called a development. This is called hitting. This is called handling. Correct? Anything you want to do, three things are compulsory. Development, hitting, handling. Three things required. Right. Come on to the point back. Here also, I'll run this code. So what is it? Here I'm going to say CD K.V.R. Python 4 p.m. CD exceptions here. CD case 1, case 1. Under that, all my three programs are available. I don't run this program. I don't run this program. I will run this program only. So how do you run this now? PY. Here I am writing. Enter the value of A. 100. Enter the value of B. 20. Who entered these values? End user. End user. End user entered values taken by whom? End user entered value taken by whom? Main program. Passing to whom? Function name. It will go to where? DIVOP is the function present into div operation. It will go to div operation. Div operation module. Function name. AB are what? 120. 20 is equal to 0. False. Return 100 by 20. How much? 100 by 20, how much students? Tables are over. Don't know. So it is going to give you what? 5. So the answer is called what? div is equal to 5. I am from which block? This is comes under which block is executed here? Else block is executed. Are you getting? No, no exception. You say next time, you say 100 and what? 0. Who entered these values? End user. Who will take? Main program. Main program passing to whom? Function. It will go to the PVM will go to the function. What is the value of AB? 100, 0. 0 is equal to 0. Raise your exception. Raise your exception. That exception where whoever is calling to that place it is raised. In line number 7, exception will be passing straight forward. And I wrote it what? That exception which is raised, I am writing what? 0 error. Whatever exception is raised, whatever exception I am handling, it is matching. It will print this message. Plus, it will print I am from which block? Finally block. Else block will not execute. That you know already. See that now? Don't enter 0 for denominator. Are you able to follow? Suppose, for example, I did not write anything, student. I did not write anything. I did not write anything. For example, see, I am writing simply print of what? RES. Just like that. You run this code. What is happening? Enter the data. Enter the data. What is happening? See, such a big technical error message came or not? Which message? Of which module? Is it a technical error message or not? Is it recommended? That's why you must handle the exception. It will give only successful result. When wrong result is coming, say 40, say 80, result is coming. But when exception is coming, 40, 60 you say, some 0 you say, you are getting a big thing. That a technical error message also to be given in the form of what? User-friendly error message. That's why I will try to write this type of try and except. Like this, you need to write it. Careful, huh? This is called what? Handling the exception. This is phase number 3. What is this phase number 3? Phase 3. What is the phase 3? Handling the exception. Handling the exceptions. Handling the programmer defined exceptions. Programmer and what? Predefined exception. Are you observing now? Take care one example. Again, I am going to write it. Enter anything. 1020. Output I am getting. And 1000 I am getting that. Any more doubt? Online students, are you following me? Is it clear for the students? All the students in online, is it clear? Quickly. Now, one of the most important observation. Enter the value 2x. 2x. When I enter 2x, what is happening? When I enter 2x, where is the line number occurring? Line number 4 only exception is occurring. When line number 4 is occurring, simply it is coming out of the program flow because it is not written under a try block. Simply it is going to give you technical error message directly. See, it is giving directly technical error message. Are you getting or not? That time what you will do? Is it necessary to handle or not? One more you see, 10, and I am writing KVR. Is it an exception coming or not? Then how to do, sir? This one also, I will write it. See, I will write that also in try. Already there is one try. This is one more try. See, beautiful, beautiful coding. In the try, there is a try. That is called a nested try. For this try, this is a system. For this is a try, I will write what? Except. What is this? Value error. It's a beautiful subject. Now, what is this? Backslash T. Don't enter. What is this? ALNUMs, STRs, and what? Symbols. Symbols. Don't enter ALNUMs, STRs, and what? Symbols. Try to run this now. Execute. See that now. Enter the data. 10. Enter like that. What is coming? Don't enter ALNUMs and symbols and etc. You say next. Something like 10x. Directly it is giving. Don't enter anything like this. Here, if you want, you can write your own finally block also. Own finally block. What is this now? Print of what? I am from outer try. Outer try. Which block? Outer try finally block. Outer try finally block. Are you following me? Execute. Take care. Now I am taking 10 and then 2x. Got that. Don't enter that. I am from where? Outer. Now be careful. 10 and then what? 2. When enter 10 and 2, here no exception is coming. Correct or not? It is enter inside. No exception here also. What is coming? Else and what is coming? Under. This finally block. What is this now? Inner finally block. After that, where it is coming? Outer finally block. Outer finally block will execute or not? Outer finally block will execute or not? Execute or will not execute? Yes. So, I am from finally block. I am from which block? Outer finally block. Did you understand? So, if you, this is comes under one kind of thing. I am from inner finally block, we can say. Sir, if you don't want to write this inner and outer, you can write this try only on the top of it. That will become. So, better to have try in try or not. So, you see one more time. You see this 100 and then what? 0. What is happening? Don't enter 0 for denominator. I am from which block? I am from outer finally block. This is about one kind of concept called what? How many? If any kind of app is coming, if any application is coming, there are three phases compulsory. One is development of an exception, hitting of exception, handling of exception. To develop the exception, what is that? Just a class name, inherit from exception, and use it by using hit when condition is satisfied, and development of the exception, and you handle that exception. Are you following me? Right. Now I'll show you online students. Raise keyword I will show you students. Raise keyword I will show you. Just for a minute. Raise keyword I want to show you. Raise keyword. Start all of you. Read this now. Start. Raise keyword is used for hitting, raising or generating the exception provided some condition must be satisfied. Denominator 0, raise the exception. Next, raise keyword always used inside a function definition only. Third point, PVM uses raise keyword implicitly for hitting predefined exceptions. Implicitly, it uses raise keyword for predefined. Whereas programmer makes the PVM to use raise keyword explicitly for hitting or generating programmer defined exceptions. Are you following that? Syntax number 1, if test condition, raise, exception name. Syntax number 2, DEF, function name, list of formal parameters if any, some block of statements, some test condition, raise the exception. This is about the raise. So 3 points here and fourth point is syntax. Already 17 points I said. And these are 4 more points, 21 points. Do you remember 21 points? 21 points. Remembering. అలాంటి మంచి పని ఎప్పుడు చేయం మనం. Such good things we don't do it. Will you do it? Are you planning to do it? Today, tomorrow, Monday, will you say 21 points? Who will tell? All points as it is. Yes, good. Monday will ask you. Okay, don't look at back. If you look at back, they will fear a lot. Because when you look at back, everybody will fear. These days, everybody will fear. Because who is this sincere guy like that? When you look at, they will fear. So, who will say on Monday? I will ask on the Monday. 21 points remembering is a great thing now. So for that, definitely you will open the book 2 to 3 hours, you will work on it. That is called good progress in your body. See, without reading, roaming on road, everybody can do. But reading and relaxing, that is different. Do that. So this is about raise keyword. So raise keyword is done. And then what? Development of programmer defined exceptions done. Now I'll go for continuous examples, I will take it. Continuous examples, I will take it. Online students, raise keyword is clear. Now I'll go to the one more. Write down. Write a Python program. Write a Python program. Write a Python program which will validate the name. Which will validate the name of student. Name of student. Name of student or place. Name of student, comma, place or product. Product. What is the meaning of it? Name of the product, name of the student, name of the place. That is a place name, student name, employee name, any name, product name. So what is the validation rule? Name of the product or name of the people or name of the person should contain only alphabets. Alphabets, correct or not? So no special symbols are allowed. Next line you write. First point. Name must contain only. Name must contain only a single word or a single word or a single word or multiple words separated by space only. Name must contain a single word or multiple words separated by space only. In the bracket, if you want, only alphabets. Only alphabets. Next, second point. Name should not contain digits. 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 Next, name should not contain special symbols. Name should not contain special symbols. Name should not contain special symbols. Special symbols should not be there. Dollar, underscore, all those things should not be there. So these things, if you write the code, that is called validation. So far, what you have written, you only developed, you only executed. Correct or not? You only developed, you only executed. That is known as what? Compromising programming, not a strong program. You will develop, somebody else will work on it. If they enter wrong, you have to tell what wrong they will enter. What wrong they will enter for name generally? Generally, you tell me what wrong things they will enter for name. Number one, they don't enter any name, simply enter a key. These are all validations in real time. Second is what? In the name, they will enter what? Digits. In the name, they will enter what? Special symbols. In the name, they will enter numbers, special symbols. Not only they will enter, no? Correct or not? So that I want to write the code. How to write it? That is my beautiful skill. How do you write it? Exceptions, I will do it. Understood? First of all, online students, did you understand the question? Did you understand the question? All of you respond it. Don't sit quiet and come. Respond it. Now I'm writing the coding. Right? Only Mahalakshmi, only few people are responding. Muhammad Asim, only few people. Anup, Srija, Chunchu, Daya, Ale Hassan, only few people. Dheeraj, only few people are saying. Nirkar, Bera, now everybody is raising now. So coming to the point back. So start with our discussion now. What is that now? I'll go to this place. Here. PyCharm, you want to develop it? I will go to PyCharm. Don't think that somebody is doing in this place. Don't think like that. Go to PyCharm. PyCharm, I will do it. Whatever examples I said, you do in PyCharm. PyCharm, I will show you. How many things you will develop? One exception module, one operation module, one main program. Business logic development. There I will hit exception development. There I will develop my exception. So go to the place, close this now, close this project. Here I am going to take up. Where is your folder? So here See this. Go to that. I'm taking, what is this now? 4 p.m. EXCEPT. Exceptions. There I will take it. Tell me, how many things I need? Three. Three phases. What are the phases? Development, hitting, handling. Development, hitting, handling. Good. Go to that. What I'm taking? Come on. Name exception. Name except dot py. Name except dot what? Py. Come on, class. Come on. Name. Name error. Name error already there or not? Don't take. You can take name error, no problem. But I don't want to disturb the original meaning. What is that now? Name validation error. Name valid error. Correct or not? What is that now? Base exception, I will write it. Base exception, I'll write it. That's all. My class is ready. This is known as what here? File name. File name. And what next? Okay. Now I will go for it. Okay, ready. Next is called what? I will take next. What is the next term? Name. Valid. Name. Valid. Valid operation. Name valid operation dot what? Py. Py. There I will take it. Here. Come on. D of validation process. Validation process. Valid process. Name validation. Name valid process. Process. What is the word value coming? Name. Name is coming. What is the name is coming here? Name is coming. So name is coming like this. What is the name is coming here? Like this. Gande Srija is the word is coming. Like this it is coming. One name I took it. In this case, suppose for example, 3 is there. Like this it is there. 3 like this it is there. In this case, what I will do? I will first split it. I will split. Logic I am telling. First you split. How do you split it? Words is equal to, come on, name dot what? Split. Name dot split. Once you say name dot split, print of what? Words. I'll just run from here. What is this now? Validation process. I will just pause this. This I will pause it. I'll keep it in the double quotes. I'll keep it in the double quotes. Here I wrote it. Try to run. Try to run. What I got it? Is this two words are coming or not? Next, for example, here I am writing Guido, Van Rossum, Guido Van Dollar. For example, I am using. Like this, I am taking. For example, I am taking something like this. What is happening? You try to run this now. What is happening? Guido Van Rossum. Now I am asking. I will check. Is it alpha? Yes. Is it alpha? No. That means invalid name. Invalid name. One more time. I will write just a van. Try to run it. Come on, I got 3 words. Is it alpha? Is it alpha? Is it alpha? Yeah. No, no. Everyone. Who is that? Good. Who is that? So, all of them are alphas only. It is called a valid name. So, I will write the logic. What is that? Here I am saying. What is that now? Result is equal to, tell me, for words word in where? Words. I will write it. If not word dot what? Is alpha. Not is alpha. Not word dot is alpha. Means what? True. Good. This you take it. First one is what? Guido. Guido. What is the Guido dot is alpha? True. Not true means what? False. It will go to next word, one more word. What is this now? $1 $1 is alpha? False. Not false. True. Validation is equal to what? False. Validation is equal to what? Becoming false. So, before that, what I will do? Validation is equal to what? True. Validation is equal to what? True. Are you getting? So, that time what is happening? When you say validation, I'll say what? Break. Once you say break, what will happen? Is it coming out of the loop or not? Tell me what to do. If, what should I do? Valid. What is the valid? In this case, what is the valid? False. Valid. Where it is coming? Where it is coming, students? Here I will write it. Pause, you say. It is coming to else or not? Raise. If it is false, raise what exception? Simple. I say like that. If it is true, simply say what? Simply say what? Return. What you will say? I will write it. See this beautiful logic I am using. Beautiful logic. Dot format of is valid name. Is valid. Is valid name. Dot format of what? Name. See, in the written statement, I am using curly brace. Super. Come on, start now. In this case, what is my name? Guido Van Dollar Rosum. Word splitting. Is it having three words or not? First word. Valid is equal to what? True. I'm assuming like prime number logic like. What is the word here? Guido. Guido dot is alpha. True. Not true means what? False. False means it is not going to use break. It will go to the next word or not. And the first one is correct only. Next one is what? Van. Van dollar n and enter. Van dollar n is alpha. False. Not false. True. True means what? Valid is equal to false. And say what? Break. That means this itself is enough to say that it is invalid. That's why break come out of that. What is the valid name? Valid value? False. False means what? Comes to else and say what? Name valid error. Name valid error is the one class name. I need to take it from where? From name except import what? Name valid error. Are you following? Suppose I will go like this. See, exception is going, main program will handle it. Tell me one more time. Valid process. Guido Van Rossum. Splitting. Three words. Valid is equal to what? True. Word in words. Guido. First one is what? Guido. Guido dot is alpha. True. True. Not true. False. Go to back. Still valid is equal to true only. What is the word? Van. Van not is alpha. True. Not true. Again go back to the next word. What is that next? Rosum. Rosum dot is alpha. True. Not true. False. Go back again. What is this now? For loop is becoming false. And still valid is what? It is coming to other statement. What is the value of valid? True. What is printed? Guido Van Rossum is a valid name. That is the result is giving. Go to main program. Go to main program now. I am saying that another one I'm going to say name valid operation demo. Name valid operation demo dot py. See that you go to this place now. What is this now? Name. Input of, come on, enter your name. Enter your name. Okay. Pass the name to whom? Pass the name to whom? Valid process. Beautiful. Pass to whom? Name. But this is present in where? From. What is this now? Name validation operation. Import what? Valid process. This will give you what? Result. This is known as what? Function call. Function call gives Either result or what? Exception. Since it is giving an exception, I will write what? Try. Try. What is an exception it is coming? Except. What is an exception? Come on, students. Name valid error. Name valid error. And it is there in where? Print of what? Invalid name. Invalid name. Try again. Try again. Try again. I hope you are following. Name valid. From there I need to. From where? Name exception. Import what? Name valid error. Are you following this? Else I will write. Go for what? Else. In the else part, what I will do? Print of simply what? RES. Are you following me? If you want, I can print that. Here I can say, I'll write it. Dot format of what? Name I can say. Because that name you are reading it out. Are you able to follow this now? Try to run this now. How simple it is. Enter your name. Guido. Guido. Van Rosam. For example. What is that? Valid name. Okay. Good. Now you enter like this. Guido Van 4. What is the answer? Is what? Invalid name. Try again. Now you enter like this. Say something somewhere else. Dollar you say. See that what is happening? Invalid name. Next is called what again? Don't enter anything. What is coming? Error is coming. Error in the sense wrong. He is giving you what? This space is also becoming valid name it is coming. For that I will write one exception. What is that exception? Go there. Come on. Class 0 length error. 0 length error. Like 0 division error laga. 0 length error. It is my own. It's my own wish. I will write my own exception. 0 length error. 0 length error. Go to this place. What is that? When it is coming, here only I'll write it. If, what is this now? Ln of name is equal to what? 0. What I will do? Raise. What is that exception name? Come on. 0. 0 division error is coming. Here I will write it what? 0 length error. I will write it what? 0 length error. See, very sincerely you see, when I write a 0, PVM is supplying what? Predefined, my exception also supplying. Great concept. 0 length error. Else, when it is else, you go to this entire process. You go to this entire process. Beautiful. Either 0 length error. Now this process, I'll come to my main program. What I do now, here I'll write it. What is this now? Here I'll write it. One more thing. What is this now? Except, say what now? Print of what? Name should not be empty. So your name should not be empty. Empty. Try again. Try again. Okay. Try to write. Say here nothing. Your name should not be empty. Try again. You say your name KV4R. What is this now? Invalid name. You say here KVR. It is called what? Valid name. You say here 1, 2, 3 ABCPQR. Invalid name. You say here like this. Something like Telangana State. Telangana State place. It's called what? Valid name. You say like this. One more time you run it. Telangana State underscore. It is called what? Invalid name. Are you following? This is called a validation of the names. Understand? Like this you need to write it. This is called another kind of case study. Validation of the names and all. Online students, I hope this is more clear. I think so. Clear students, 4 p.m. and say here exceptions. Here I'll go for exceptions here. So here exceptions. Case 2. Every problem is called one case. So this is called case 2. Case 2. So there I will try to paste this. I will go for uploading this documentation today. Clear? Tomorrow when I come back, more examples I'll tell you. Today, two example. Tomorrow, ATM related case study I will tell you, and further operations I'll tell you. Totally, it is going to be how to develop our own exceptions, how to hit, and how to handle it. Okay? No? So to understand all these things, it should be concepts important. Without concepts, only look at the program by keeping like that, you will not get anything. You have to be first perfect in concept. Concept to understand, you have to listen the class carefully. Continuous process of reading. Then only you will get the subject. Otherwise, no. Okay, na? So read out faster. Okay, students, I'll stop my class. Tomorrow class I'll continue. The further examples I will move further. So don't miss tomorrow. Very, very important. Online students, you hold on. Any doubts are there? I'll clarify your doubts. Thank you. Carry on. Online students, am I audible, students? Am I audible? Okay. So Smoronica Behra. Smoronica,
Uh, Hello, good evening, sir.
good evening, ma. Tell me.
Sir, can you explain again that parent and child class? Actually, I'm not able to hear at that time for network issue.
No, it is just a diagrammatic representation. It is a base class. Every parental property will come to child. This is a base class. Child is a subclass. And in
And that
hoops will uh,
and that you write that after that the class and parent that
it is a
actually.
keyword. Keyword. To define a class, we'll use a keyword. Class parent. And pass you already know in our class.
Yes.
And a class child. And to get the properties from parent, you will write in the tuple bracket, parent you will write it. This is called inheritance, I am saying. All the properties of parent are coming to child.
Okay.
Same thing, we are writing login error is a class and our exception is going to receive all the properties of exception is going to login error, pin error, like that we are going to take up. They are all called subclasses of this class. Like a parental class, these are all called child classes. This is a parental class, this is a child classes.
Okay, sir.
Right, mom. Any more doubts, students? Any more doubts, students having? So I'm ready to clarify your doubts. So I think no doubts for you. So I'll upload the notes for you. Take care and download it and write it down. Thank you, students. All the best. Mm, no problem. No problem. Saturday, day after tomorrow. Okay. Good. Good.